Okay, it's Sunday, August 15th, 2009. I haven't done a video in quite a while, so I'm going to do a full walk around and point out everything that's been done lately. All of the front windows were showing signs of rot, so instead of completely removing them and doing everything, I put in this new trim and sealed it up with so much silicone that it'll never rot because it'll never get any moisture behind it. Here's one of the new windows that's gone in the front, one of the front sunrooms on the east side. But the big news is that we got the plaster done on this wall. You can see here part of the dormer in the balcony I put up in the attic. On the back side of the building there's going to be an addition here, basically for 4 bathrooms and a big atrium. I discovered that these old window boxes were tall enough for doors. It's kind of hard to see the color of the adobe in this lighting. It's called Pueblo, and it's a warm beige. This was done with a traditional 3-coat mix with El Rey stucco on top. Inside you can see that all of the rooms have been gutted in preparation for electrical work. Here you can see one of the window boxes that I lowered to use for a door. I was just thrilled that they were tall enough for that purpose, because we'd hate to lose any of these. These are specially built and original, over 100 years old. All the floors have been replaced. All the old floors have been replaced with plywood. Out here on the front porch, I finally got the railing installed. This railing is made out of aircraft aluminum and powder coated. The top rail is the same Brazilian hardwood that the decking floor is. And you can see that the ceiling has been done with V-crimp roofing, and the balances are finished, which are made of Trex, which is a composite combination of wood and plastic. The same thing that I covered these beams with. The west end of the front porch will be a barbecue area. I put the tile in place to lay it out and cut all the pieces, but I haven't glued it down yet in preparation for a large vent hood that I'm going to put up on the ceiling and against the wall over here. As well as being a great place to hang my $4 eBay hat, I had to build a stairway for entering the attic. This is the first and only stairway that I've actually ever built, and it had a few problems to overcome in its design. One, it had to be tucked behind this stair railing. 2, this door has to open underneath it. 3, I had to configure the step height and distance for a 10-foot ceiling. And 4, this is my room, so I had to be able to get in and out of it. So I made about 5 different designs until I figured out the best combination of all of those problems. One of the other things I had to consider is that this had to be removable so that this wall behind it could be finished out in the later stages of the project. So I had to put the whole thing together with bolts and screws so that it could all be taken apart. All of these runners are made from 3 pieces of 3/8 inch plywood and then all glued and screwed together. That makes it incredibly strong. The stairs themselves will be carpeted, and the runners are going to be skinned with some kind of hardwood, or something pretty like maple or oak or birch. The underneath will be sheetrocked so that none of this will be seen, and all of these structural pieces were glued in place, screwed and glued. Even though the whole stairway, except for the bottom, is suspended in the air, you walk up it and it really feels very solid. You can't tell that it's actually suspended from the ceiling. A good part of the structural integrity of the stairway was actually integrated into the supports that hold the roof on this side of the building. Enjoyed this project. Being my first and only stairway, I really took a lot of time in the drawing board or in my computer figuring out how all these pieces fit together. All of the floor joists up here were doubled up to get more height, and plywood was glued and screwed on every single one of them to add strength and rigidity. Work has been done in the attic, and there will be a bathroom and kitchen up here. There's the shower pan, a sealed unit, and the plumbing is in place. All these 6 little windows will go over here in the west end of the roof for cross ventilation. You can see that I used 2 feet of flashing on this dormer, and I actually glued the roof on with silicone, and we did have a very heavy windstorm a few months ago. Lots of dust too, but the winds got up to about 70 miles an hour, and the fact that I glued all of this down with silicone, it didn't even shake, it didn't rattle, it was just stuck on there great. And the balcony out here has just the best view. I put a huge 8-foot glass door out here, and the deck is suspended by 10 12-foot long 4x4s that are bolted into the floor joists on the inside of the building. It's pretty high, but it's very safe.